Hi everybody, I'm Miss Becca from the Delaware Museum of Natural History. Today we're going to be learning about something called capillary action. I know that's a really big word. If you're at home, can you try and say it with me? Capillary action. So it's a really big word. It's actually talking about something really small that takes place. So that's when a liquid is able to move through a really small space against gravity. So what is gravity? Can anybody at home try and answer that? So gravity is kind of what happens when I let go of this pen. It falls down. So gravity is what brings things down, keeps us from floating away into space. So usually everything that drops falls. When we're talking about capillary action, we're talking about the ability for something that is a liquid to move up against gravity. So it's going to flow up instead of down. So we're going to try out a few examples of this today. So over here I have a little petri dish with some water, just has some food coloring in it so we can see it a little bit better. I have two plexiglass pieces here with just a little bit of space, and I'm squeezing them as tight as I can, but I put a little spacer in there. I'm going to place it in the water, and over time, normally if you just put something in water, it's just going to sit there, but the water is actually going to be able to flow up through the plexiglass, and we're going to be able to see that in a few minutes. I'm going to let it sit there. I have an example of this that you guys can try at home. So all you'll need is some coffee filters. If you don't have any coffee filters, you could use a paper towel, something that's absorbent, and a washable marker, and a spray bottle. If you don't have a spray bottle, it's not 100% necessary. You'll just want some way that you can get your project wet. So you can go ahead and draw on your coffee filter with your washable marker. You can draw a picture, or just color it in, get creative, do whatever. I have one over here that I've pre-colored. So when you're all ready, what we're going to do is we're going to hold your absorbent material with your drawing on it straight up and down. And we're going to take our spray bottle and we're going to spray. You want to hold it straight up and down because that way you would assume we're going to use our knowledge of gravity that when I spray it with the water is going to come down. We're going to see what happens. So let it kind of soak in there a bit. Give it a second. It's soaking, and you can definitely see if you've ever done any of these products at home, it's fun to watch all the colors mix together. So if you zoom in close, definitely some is going down, but if you look, this is where I drew my line. You can see where I drew my line there, and some of the colors are actually moving up. So what's happening is as the water is moving up through these tiny little spaces and gaps in the absorbent fabric, it's dragging some of that color and the dye with it. So it's actually being able to move up against gravity. So that is a small example of capillary action. And if we look, it's hard to see. It's starting to come up. You might want to let it sit for a little bit longer. We might be able to post a picture later. After a few minutes, it starts to really come up the sides. An example of capillary action in nature is the way that trees and plants drink. So they're able to take, because the spaces in between are so small, they're able to take the water from the roots and bring them all the way up through the whole plant. So I hope you guys enjoyed our little experiment. Let us know. Do your own little projects at home and share your pictures below. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.